What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Just want to say right off the bat, I am a little congested. I don't feel 100%, so sorry if I sound kind of stuffy or whatever in the commentary in the video here today. Yeah, I'm just sorry about that. Not much I can do. But today I wanted to talk about Modern Warfare 3 ranked play. This is basically not gonna change anything. I'm sorry. I'm not even a big as a hater of ranked play. I think that in many ways, it actually is probably one of the better modes or like most fair modes in terms of Call of Duty these days now. There's a lot of things banned, a lot of things G8 or gentleman's agreement where, we agree that we don't use a certain weapon or perk or something like that. And it's, in a way, it's a lot of like fairness. It's a lot of like not using OP things, or if there is something OP then everyone's using it. It ends up being a mode where everyone's just using kind of like one or two guns, and we just always use those guns, right? I played a lot back in Vanguard. That was probably the most recent time I played ranked play a lot, and it was actually kind of decently fun. It takes a lot of the better maps. There's some trash maps too, but it takes a lot of the better maps with mostly the same weapons, and it's pretty much just down to teamwork and gun skill. And so I think it's a lot of fun. I think it has potential to be a lot of fun, but unfortunately, I don't think ranked play is going to change anything specifically in this game. And, it kind of sucks to say, kind of sucks to admit, but it's how I feel. It's my opinion. You can disagree in the comment section while you're down there. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Okay. My videos actually aren't doing terrible, but for some reason, subscribers are not really growing. The subscriber count is not growing, like not really at all. So, if you're new, subscribing would definitely help. I'd appreciate it. But no pressure either way. Gameplay you're watching is some old gameplay. I really very rarely play Modern Warfare 3 nowadays. For the most part, if you see multiplayer, it's probably going to be a couple months old, or if ranked play comes and I actually do play it, it'll probably be some ranked play games. I don't foresee myself playing a whole lot of ranked play if I end up actually playing ranked play. I think, granted, I will try it. There'll probably be like a night or two where I'm bored of like every other game. I got nothing going on, no events or anything like that. So why not? Why not just hop on some ranked play or something like that? I'm not going to be grinding it though. And unfortunately, one of the biggest things about ranked play, if you want to like succeed, if you want to do well, if you want to be, improving and things like that, I guess that's the same for like every kind of game, but you have to be grinding. You have to pretty much dedicate a lot of time and energy into not only playing the game, but learning, right? You got to learn the rotations. You got to learn the call outs. You got to learn, the meta, what are people using? How do you counter what people are using? Things like that. If like this is a sniper map, if people are going to be sniping on this map, if people like when to rotate on hard points and things like that. There's a lot of things that you gotta like keep in mind or know. And obviously, like if this is not your first like season playing ranked games, like if you've played Call of Duty ranked like any time in the past, you probably know some of that stuff, like rotations and things like that. But yeah, you'll have to know. You'll have to learn a lot of things. I guess you could have played Modern Warfare 2 ranked like way back in the day, like Modern Warfare 2 OG ranked, and like know the points for some of these maps. But yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's not going to be the easiest thing. And honestly, the sweat in this game, it's not gonna change. What I mean by that is, if you think the Modern Warfare 3 matchmaking is like rough right now, if you think it's very strict, very demanding, very intense, I don't think it's gonna get much like easier. I think a lot of people are thinking that, a lot of the sweats are going to go to ranked play as soon as it drops. And while that's true, I think that there still will be a lot of casual people and a lot of people who just want a break from ranked play who will be in your lobbies. Skill-based matchmaking is not necessarily going anywhere just because like ranked play or Warzone or some other mode is dropping. That's a common misconception. I think it will help a little bit, but nowhere to the degree where like, oh, every single match is going to be a snooze fest now. I don't think that's going to be the case. And so I just wanted to call that out there. I don't think ranked play in Modern Warfare 3 is going to change a whole lot. That being said, I don't think it's going to be terrible. I think at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of like rewards, and it kind of makes Call of Duty worth playing for. That's something that I need in this game because I'm, well, to be quite honest with you, pretty bored of this game, right? It's pretty boring now that I've got Interstellar, now that I've unlocked all the weapons. There's not a whole lot to grind for, not a whole lot to play for. And you can say like, oh, well, you played the game like 5 hours a day when it came out. Of course you're going to be bored now. That's fair. That's definitely a fair critique. But at the same time, you know what? If a game was fun, if it was like fun even without a grind, because for me, I need a grind in order to keep playing a game, in order to continue grinding at a game, in order to keep leveling up or see that I'm progressing in some way. And without one, I just don't see the need. The grind to play this game in the past, or like, yeah, pretty much in the past, once I finished camo, is YouTube, is you guys, really. It's just to get gameplay, to get, you know, something to talk about. If there's a new event, new playlist, I kind of want to hop on just to tell you guys how I feel about it. You know, I tweet about it. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't. And I just want to talk about, you know, whatever's going on in the game, whatever's new in the game, and you know, how a new weapon is, how a new map is, how a new game mode is. You know, that stuff is interesting to me, but I'm not going to do that if I don't have a channel. I'm not going to do that if I know nobody's going to watch, which, you know, I'm very thankful, even though sub count has not been growing, that views have not like necessarily fallen off. I guess I'm still in the algorithm, I'm going to guess, but I'm probably not like interesting enough for people to stay for. I don't know. I really don't know, but I don't know. You let me know in the comment section or something, like why you think you haven't subscribed, or I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm getting a lot of unsubs from dead subs. I have no clue. All this to say, guys, Modern Warfare 3, honestly, not a terrible game. I keep saying this because it's true. I don't find this game terrible. It just lacks a lot of heart. It lacks a lot of like interesting mechanics, interesting things to go for. And I think rank play, in a very real sense, does help this a lot. But I think it's just a little too late, a little too little, a little too late. I think that the rewards, while they're cool, there's some of them are like emblems and stickers. I think at the end you get a calling card and a camo. Yeah, it's cool, but at the same time, why did I just go for Interstellar? Why did I just spend like, you know what, 5-6 game, like in-game times, in-game days in my real life to go for this camo just to unlock another reward and overuse it, right? You got to think about it from that perspective. Like, yes, camos are nice, things like that, but give me something that's like actually useful, actually cool, you know? I guess some rank play skins, that's kind of cool, that's kind of useful, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not going to come out here and say I'm never going to touch rank play. I'm never going to post it. Very, very unlikely. I probably will. I honestly probably will play it. I probably will post it. I'll give my 2 cents on it when it drops. Probably not day one or anything like that. But, you know, when it does drop and when I do have the time to like play and maybe get a presentable match, I'm sure I will get stomped because I'm really washed when it comes to Call of Duty nowadays. Okay, I've given up trying to be a movement king. I've given up trying to be a tips and tricks channel. You know, that stuff's not for me anymore. Okay, I play on keyboard and mouse. Obvious disadvantage because because controller has so much aim assist. So, you know, obvious disadvantage. I'm so disadvantaged. There's no point in even like really trying to get good. You could say like, oh, just plug in a controller or whatever. Like, I've tried. Controllers just feel so weird for Call of Duty nowadays. You know, it's been way too long. You know, if I stuck with controller on Black Ops 4 or whatever and like just kept going through Modern Warfare 2019 and Vanguard and Cold War and all these games, you know, maybe I could just keep going and switch back to controller, but I can't go back. You know, I play keyboard and mouse way too often now to plug in a controller and start playing COD now like that. It would just be really weird, really just unnatural for me anymore. That being said, you know, if you're kind of on the fence, if you want to, you know, decide between keyboard and controller, maybe you're a new COD player or something like that, I would recommend controller. You know, you're getting a huge advantage and it's better in the long run, I would say, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. It's good to see you guys again. You know, I'm sorry, don't make videos as often as I used to and all that stuff, but hopefully you enjoy when I do. You know, definitely leave a comment and subscribe if you're new. I'd appreciate it. Let's try to get to 10K. You know, that'd be cool. We didn't hit it at the end of the year, but we'll see what we can do for this coming year. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, and peace.